It's so catchy. Like we're 2 for 2 on
I
these
can't
intro videos. That's so
get
good.
it.
I'm sitting here just bouncing around,
I
having a
know.
good time, just jamming out by myself because you don't let anybody around when you're in the waiting room. That's fun. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Clocks Running the podcast. Everything flag football. I'm Jacob,
And I'm Ant.
and Coop's on Coop time. He'll be here later. Um, what's wrong with Coop time?
No, that's great. I love it.
What are you
Yeah,
trying to
that's
say?
perfect. No,
Hey,
I didn't.
make
I didn't.
sure make sure when you guys are watching, check out Ant's sweet mohawk. It's down right now, but he's getting it started. He calls it a fade. I call it a license and registration cut. Um, I
The
think
the license. Hold on. The license and registration cut.
yeah, you're getting ready to ask somebody how fast they were going. We know.
Man, I got my charcoal 2.0 joggers on. You can't see them.
Thanks. We don't need to see you. We believe you have pants on. We don't need verification.
Well, okay, it's my bad. I'm just trying to plug our sponsor a little bit. I just
We'll get
love.
into that. I know we
Okay,
all
my
have
bad.
fans.
My
You
bad.
asked for this.
Hey, but I went to a barber yesterday, and I think it's what it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you supposed to like ask for something, or does the barber really just want to do whatever they want? Like,
I don't know. I've been seeing the same lady cut my hair for years, and
oh,
we don't. We
okay.
just I just sit down and she goes to town.
Okay, because I mean, at least she didn't mess up the beard, which I was like, keep the length of the beard, but it did seem like maybe at some point she went a little too high, or she took a little too much off the top, or something,
Well,
and then
did you
she
have a
was like,
conversation with her about it, or was it just you just sat down and was just like, "All right, here, let's go to Funky Town," and she just went,
"Ye-"
beep, boop,
"That's
boop.
exactly what I said." I sat down, I was like, "Take me to Funky Town." No,
Whoa,
come on. Like,
oh man, you going for a haircut, or I don't know what happens in Ohio. Anyways, we got an
anyway.
action-packed episode tonight. I see people are on IG right now. I see people are on Facebook Live. MySpace is blowing up. It's great.
YouTube people are commenting too.
YouTube
They,
people
they,
are commenting.
yeah, they love my haircut already. There are comments about my haircut. It's great. I'm excited.
Okay.
What?
Well, hey
Hey
man,
man.
it's your mohawk, it's your life.
Okay.
Free the hawk. That's gonna be the new hashtag for Clocks
There we
Running.
go. Free the. Okay. You ready to bring on our first guest?
Let's bring in our first guest. Go ahead and hit him with an intro.
All
Let's
right.
rock and roll.
Yeah. So if you think about on social media officials, this guy, I mean, he's got like close to 400,000 followers on Instagram. Big time deal on social media. Mic him up. So without further ado, we want to bring on Jeremi Barnes.
Hello,
What's up,
hello,
man?
hello.
What's up, man?
What's going on, y'all? Sorry, I'm in the car. I had a bunch going on today. My sister signed the national anthem at the Big 12 tournament, so I'm headed home from that.
That's awesome. This is always the best time for these conference tournaments too, like the Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or well, I guess it's Thursday right now, but it's still early in the week. So like the games are better in my opinion. You don't get
Yeah.
the premier games. These are the more fun ones to be at.
Nobody there. You get to experience everything and no lines.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, the thing we do with new guests on this show is we like to give you the opportunity to kind of share your origin story. Everybody's got a superhero origin story. So just Jeremy, the floor is yours. Share it with us.
Well, I don't know if my story is a superhero story, but
Everybody's got a superhero story.
yeah,
Keep going.
it's funny because whenever I first started reffing, I was like 13 years old, and I actually did not want to do it. I did not want to. And I started with my brother and my dad at a very young age, and there's a picture out there somewhere, you'll find it, of me with my arms crossed, and I'm just mad, and we're refereeing a basketball game, but. Eventually, I grew to learn how to, love it, enjoy it, and everything clicked on all cylinders. I took from posting on social media in high school and in college, and then I took my officiating, and then I saw that we have a shortage of officials, and I was like, what if I post on social media me officiating? so that way I can show people what we're actually doing instead of them just thinking that we're, cheating or something like that, and my wife records all my videos, and the first game that we recorded, it looks like I tackled the kid from her angle. And sometimes refs got to get in there. I saw a couple of clips go viral last season where there was a referee. I forgot what game it was, but there was a NFL player, and he sat on the bench, and the referee came over and hovered over him. So refs got to get in there sometimes. And thankfully, shout out to my wife, she got that on camera. I posted the interaction afterwards, talking to the coach and talking to the camera, and it went viral, and we've been rolling ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny because usually like the fights, those kind of situations, those are the ones that are going to get the most views. I know for us, like we got a clip that it's like a dude that's trying to go through. He doesn't want to get his flag pole. He spins around and his pants get pulled down. He's still got underwear on, but that got us like 400,000 views. Like the most viewed little clip. And I'm like, it's those kind of moments. Like, that's what people want to watch. They want to watch, embarrassing moments or, fights, those kind of things. So it is funny with that. So we've seen that you've kind of gone into the world of flag a little bit. What does that transition look like for you?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm out there confused. Okay. I actually am talking with USA Football right now, and there's an organization called Ref Reps where I just took their flag courses, and I'm just trying to learn it, man. I'm trying to do whatever I can to promote the flag world. Since I do have a platform now, I want to get out there, but I might dial it back on the recording just so that I can actually get out there. I'm not saying that me miking up messes up my focus, but I want to know what I'm doing first before I mic up. So
absolutely,
I was able to mic up in high school because I refereed for like 13 years, and then plus I did a year of college, which taught me a lot of stuff. So I was able to be comfortable and have it on me out there while I'm talking and not even think about it. So I kind of want to do that same thing with flag. I'll go out and I'll do a couple of games. Not this weekend, but probably a couple weekends coming up. I was supposed to referee last weekend, 7-on-7, but I got sick, and I've been sick for an entire week. I don't know if you guys know anybody, but there's something going around.
Dude, it's all going around.
It's going around, and it got me. I'm not going to lie. I was out. My wife went out of town, and normally when my wife goes out of town, I'm cooking steaks at the house. I'm going out and seeing friends. I was asleep the entire week. Golly. But flag, I love it. I'm so excited that everybody's showing a lot of love. It's really dope to see Under Armour has an All-American game for the girls. They're doing it in the Olympics. The NFL players are doing it. And I just love to see the growth of it because it not only gives the people that want to play football but don't necessarily want to do all the contact, it gives them something to do, and it also gives the girls something else to look forward to as well.
Yeah. Yep. No, absolutely.
So you're based out of the Midwest, Kansas area, is that right?
Yes, Kansas City, Missouri.
Tomato potato.
Yes, Missouri. Yes, there's a Kansas and a Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri.
Aren't they right next to each other though? They're like 10 minutes away.
Yes, but there's a drastic difference.
There's a whole state line.
If you've ever been here before, you know why. But I'm not gonna lie. There are some nice places in Kansas. You go out to Overland Park, Lenexa, Leawood, Olathe. Those are some good areas. But as far as Kansas City, Missouri is the side to be on.
Okay. Is the barbecue is the barbecue different in Missouri to Kansas?
I don't actually. Now that I think about it, no, because they're the same restaurants. Okay. But you see more barbecue restaurants on the Missouri side than the Kansas side for sure. Yeah. But the barbecue is. Where are you guys from again?
I'm in the Carolinas, bro.
Oh
yeah.
Oh God.
Where we really know how to make barbecue, but we're not going to get into that.
I don't ever hear anything good about Carolina barbecue. The only thing good I hear about Carolina barbecue is the North Carolina Tar Heels. And if you are a Duke fan, are going to have some issues because I'm a North Carolina fan.
First, you bag on my barbecue. Then you talk about the Blue Devils, who are the better team in the Carolinas.
Oh,
this is just all around bad. We got to start doing a better vetting process before we start bringing guests in here. This is awful.
No. To be fair, I've never had Carolina barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm open to eating it. I like Texas barbecue. I like Memphis barbecue. I have family that lives out in Carolina, so next time I'll have to try it.
Yeah. No, man, it's fun to see the blend and the differences. I'm in Texas a lot, so we get to eat out there and try stuff there that's not normal at all. So one of your viral clips is you sprinting down into a fight. I think it's the one where you're talking about you tackle the kid. What's your 40 time, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's actually not that fast.
Not what the video says otherwise.
Well, you see, that's why I say shout out to my wife, because she look like Xavier Worthy at the NFL Combine on crack. Okay. I am not that fast. My 40 time would probably be like a 4.6 or a 4.7, honestly, not even kidding. Maybe a 4.8.
Still pretty quick.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty.
Still pretty quick.
But you would have to give me like 2 months of training, some chiropractic work, massages, all that type of stuff before I ran. Other than that, it's GG's.
I'm with it.
I'll mess around and get out there and run a 5 if I don't do that.
Well, hey, some of us are sitting there cheering for 5, so you know.
Yeah.
You can come on down to the slow lane, but we've seen the videos. Got a point. You got a point. So,
now I did do track my senior year in high school, and then I went off to do it in college. So that's a factor. So
what? And you're officiating. So you mentioned you work basketball. We know you do football. Are there any other sports that you officiate or you involved with?
When I was younger, I wanted to do volleyball, but my dad said, I don't think you need to do volleyball. You might get distracted. Now, I don't know what he meant by it. As I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? He was probably right. So, I've never done volleyball. I've never done baseball. My brother used to like baseball, but man, I tell you, I don't like being outside in that heat. Even though football, there is some heat some days, but you're not out there long. But I've only done basketball and football for officiating.
I got you.
But I'm trying to do something soon to where I go to like different colleges and referee intramural sports so that I can learn at least a little bit of something and have fun with it. Because I won't be able to go and referee an actual game and mess around like that. So
right.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So you mentioned it earlier. You talked about you mentioned Under Armour and what they're doing for the girls' game. Tell the truth right here. Under Armour hats to wear while we're officiating or Smitty hats? What's the preference?
Oh, man. Well, I'm not under contract with Under Armour anymore. So Smitty. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. I was never under contract with Under Armour. I did sign. I went out to their Under Armour event, so I had to sign for that. But I've never been under contract with Under Armour. But I've never had their hats. So I've worn Smitty hats, but somebody just sent me another hat that I'm gonna get for next season. It's like more of a structured hat. I forget the name of it, but most of the stuff that I wear is all Smitty.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Under Armour's most comfortable officiating hat I've ever put on, and that's
really?
From wearing a lot of Smitty. Yes,
really?
You can still find them like on Amazon.
I'll have to try it out. Now I do wear Under Armour shoes whenever I ref.
Yeah.
So they got some turf shoes some baseball turf shoes that are like perfect. And I'm like, let me get those since all the schools are turf now.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to make sure that I mention this, Jeremy, you talked about getting more involved in flag. And I want you to understand this. You might not know this, but Jacob is the man when it comes to flag football officials. And, there was a big tournament back in January. It's a Guinness World Record breaking tournament. iFlag puts it on every year in Tampa. We got to get you out to one of these tournaments. And Jacob is the man to talk to.
Most definitely.
Like, how do we make that happen?
Well, I still have a full-time job.
Okay.
And unfortunately, so January is very it's not a difficult time, but January the dates just have to line up because we have our national sales meeting, and you said it's in
Tampa, Florida.
So for our national sales meeting every year, this would be so dope if it lined up, but our national sales meeting every year we go to a different city. So we went to San Diego, we went to Scottsdale, and this year we went to Austin, Texas. Next year we're actually going to Orlando. So that would be fire if you guys were having it in Orlando and then it was the same day and lined up. All that
It's
would
right
be like,
down the road.
Wait, how far is that?
It's like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
less
really?
than 2 hours. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes.
It just depends on the day, honestly, because other than that, man, I'm in my work truck right now. I work 9 to 5 every single day on my hands and knees,
I hear you.
fixing these stretchers. So if you ever see any of the ambulances driving around the city, I work for Stryker Medical, so I fix the ambulance cots, I fix the hospital beds, and all that good stuff. So yeah, if I'm not, I only really officiate during the regular high school varsity football season, and I'm just now starting to find and doing flags. So it just all has to line up, honestly.
We're gonna make something happen. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you involved. We're year round, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got there's a perfect opportunity. You and your wife go out to Vegas in a couple weeks. Start of March Madness. We got a tournament out there. I mean, there's plenty of cool locations for these tournaments. What is it? Gatlinburg, Tennessee in April. Arlington in May. Yep. There's going to be a lot of fun tournaments, but I'm telling you, iFlag is the place to go. If you want to learn flag, there's no other place that you're going to be able to ref as many games as you can outside of those tournaments, because we got the most competition, the most games. I mean, that's where you got to go to learn flag for sure.
Okay. How long has iFlag? How long has this organization?
11 years. We were formerly USA Flag. Yeah, we've been around a minute, man. It's a pretty cool vibe. It's imagine trying to think. Imagine the Super Bowl week meets Coachella.
Wait, say that again.
Imagine your Super Bowl week meets Coachella.
Oh, I said a coach. I didn't realize you were Coachella.
Yeah.
I'm here. Okay, I get it. I can see the vision.
Yeah, the guys that I work for, man, they put on an incredible experience, an incredible vibe. It's unmatched. But let's keep digging into you, man. Let's keep talking about, like, you've been officiating now since you were 13. You mentioned it too. There's a huge shortage for officials.
Huge.
Talking to young guys, young women who want to get involved, what would be something that you would say to them that say, hey, like, flip that switch, go ahead and make the leap into officiating?
You want to make some money? That's what I don't know what other way. Like, I can sit here and say, oh, it teaches you a bunch of patience and all these life lessons. They don't want to hear that stuff, man. Look, to take out your girl that you like, that you want to impress, go make some money so you don't have to ask for your parents for it. And sometimes I never liked asking my parents for anything, so I always was the type to try to get stuff on my own and make my parents proud to show them that I was self-sufficient. But man, it's literally, other than all of the great things that come with it, you build a friendship with the guys that you're there. The older officials, they take you under their wing. So anytime you're out there and there's a parent messing with you or a coach messing with you, you got them stepping up for you. It's a lot of fun, man. You can make money. You can still go out on the weekends and still have a fun time and still see your friends and get up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and referee until however long you want to, and then go do whatever you want the rest of the day. So I would say there's money to be made. Get into it. There's money to be made.
Completely agree.
Yep. And then on top of that, like I said, all the other stuff that comes with it, if you're doing sports, you learn the game at a different angle, and it helps you commit less fouls. It helps you and I probably shouldn't be promoting this, but it helps you learn what you can get away with. Like,
Yeah.
you can get away with so much stuff in football. It's crazy.
Yep.
And I try to like tell them that without telling them that, because I'm not supposed to be telling them that, but it's like, I'm not going to see everything.
Yep.
So you got to know what officials are looking where and know when they're looking there, so you can go ahead and nudge somebody one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, it's funny. My daughter, she's 17. She's been officiating now for a couple years, and I tell you what, like this generation is very different. She gets on the plane going back from the tournament, and she's already like filling up her Shein cart. Like she's excited about spending that money as soon as the tournament's over. So yeah, I think that money factor, especially for the younger generation, is a big deal.
I mean, man, especially at that age too, because like now, it doesn't necessarily. It could pay the bills, but it doesn't pay the bills for me. So I've kind of taken a back burner on it, just so I'm just still staying in it.
Yeah.
But man, at that age, man, having that money in your pocket running around, you feel like you the man.
Yes. Yes. No other. Look, you mentioned you were 13, man. I was about the same age when I started umpiring baseball. There's no other kids walking around with a wad of cash.
I'm doing money spread.
Yes. You're walking around like the biggest baller ever. They're like, what are you doing? Refereeing games.
I don't have to pay tax. I mean, you got to pay tax on it now, but back then, if you didn't reach a certain threshold, you didn't have to pay taxes on it. So, but even then, you don't have to pay rent. You don't have to pay all the other stuff that comes along with being an adult. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I completely agree.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of it while they can, man. Especially, I know everybody's situation is different, so I don't want to be insensitive to the people who can't, that have to pay for things. But yeah, man, there's money to be made there. And on top of that, the average per hour versus working at a regular job is way better. Way better.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No, most definitely. So the other thing I want to talk to you about, you talk about, for you, it's a weird transition from tackle to flag. We all know that there's big talk of the NFL players transition into flag for the Olympics. Do you, where are you with this conversation? Do you think that it's going to end up being NFL players in the Olympics?
Well, it's kind of like this. So I've always wondered why during the Olympics, like the boxers that we see, box and like, why aren't they competing in the Olympics? At the end of the day, everything is all about business. If they're going to get hurt out there playing flag football, I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes out there. I don't want to see anybody out there. If the money sounds right, cool. But if not, man, give that to the people that actually are out there right now playing flag football, know how to play it, and are actually, have worked their way to be able to receive that blessing. Because there's people right now that, they're not ever going to make it to the NFL. That's their NFL, and that's what they've been working towards. I don't think just give that position to a NFL player just because, they're in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a different game. Now, it's all about athleticism, really, at the end of the day. It's not like it's not football. Like, come on now. But I think that they should give the guys a fair shot that are on these national teams and that are winning the championships.
I
agree. I don't want all these injuries are serious. I don't want all of these people getting hurt, and now we don't have our best players because I play fantasy football sometimes. I won my first championship last season. So I do need I need those key players out there, man.
You notice he didn't say he won.
I would rather see them than doing the Olympics.
Yeah. No, that definitely makes sense for sure. Yeah. That's a good take. As far as your career, I know you got social media taking you places that probably you didn't expect, but are there things internationally, or is your goal the NFL? Is where are your goals as far as officiating goes?
My goal is Really simple, man. People ask me that all the time, and it's funny. Shout out to my high school coach, Mark Scanlon. Ever since I was in high school, he told me, he said, "Man, you're going to be refereeing on TV one day." He thought that I was going to be in the NFL or in the NBA, refereeing basketball or football. But I refereed college for 1 year, and man, it took so much time away from my family that it hurt me. I missed a bunch of holiday parties. I missed a bunch of birthday stuff, family outings, and I'm a big family man, and I want to start a family of my own. Somebody told me, now take this with a grain of salt, but they told me refereeing is a single man sport. Obviously, it's not, but you don't visit your family. Your family comes and visits you once you get up to those rank, once you get up higher. And I saw that within my 1 year of refereeing NAIA football. And I said, man, if I wanted to pursue this, I absolutely could, but I just don't know if I want to. I feel like for some reason, something told me to stick with high school. And then when I went back to high school and then I mic'd myself up, and then I was just like, I feel like high school football right now is home for me, solely for the fact that I'm in the community. I'm making a name for myself in my home, and I'm trying to get more people to sign up. We don't have a shortage of officials in the professional, in the NFL, anything like that. Now, we might have them in different sports and stuff like that, but my goal right now is to get people to sign up. As the older officials are getting out of it, I just want to see. I love going and watching my niece play soccer games, and the officials are all young kids. I love going and watching, a football or a basketball game, and the kids are my age or younger. I love seeing that. So my goal right now, as much as I'm trying, is to get younger people into it and just getting people into it in general.
Much respect to that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A couple years down the line, if something opens up to where I'm able to go do college again, or if I'm able to, do that, then, so be it. But it's bigger than me right now, because, if things keep going the way that they're going, we might see a dip in the officials over the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, for sure. So is that kind of the heart behind your merch line as well, or talk a little bit about that?
So that is all my wife. So she is my manager, basically.
She wears the real cape here.
Yeah, seriously. No, shout out to Madison Barnes. That is my dog. So whenever it started, going viral and stuff like that, and she was like, well, we should start making merch. And I was like, okay, well, what should we put on it? So I'm not gonna lie, I use ChatGPT sometimes.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I threw some stuff in there, and I put what I'm doing and why I do what I do, with the shortage and everything. And I was like, what words could I put on a shirt that would make sense? And I was reading all these things and nothing stood out, but I saw one and it said, be the difference, be a ref. There was another one that said, be nice, the refs are human too. There was another one that said this and that. And for some reason, I kept going back to be the difference, be a ref. So then, took my notes, sent it to my boss, and she said, okay, I like the be the difference one. How about this, though? She said, how about we take off be a ref? Because you guys know and I know there are so many different issues going on with the world than just a shortage of officials.
Yep.
So she said, in order to keep yourself outside of a box, make it universal so that everybody can relate to it in whatever way they want to. So your purpose might be, my son's coach sucks, so I'm gonna go be the coach. I'm gonna go take him and be the coach. You see an old lady walking across the street, and instead of hurry up and honking at her, you get out the car and help her across the street or something like that. So the whole meaning behind our merch is to be the difference and wherever you see it fit in your life. And so she said, take off the be the ref. We put be the difference. I'm like, okay, so how do we put this on a shirt? And then she was like, you know what? I know you see everybody doing an arch and how the letters are backwards and stuff like that. She said, what we do is we turn it into a smiley face. The B and the are the eyes. The difference is the smile. And then we turn the letters upside down and turn them backwards. So that way, whenever you're wearing the shirt and you look down, the word still says ref on it, but it's hidden.
Oh, okay.
You still see ref, whenever you have the shirt and you look down, but when you're looking at it, difference is backwards, so it always makes people look at the shirts. People they love the shirts whenever we wear them out in public. We need to do a little bit better with our marketing, but people love the shirts, and man, I'm so proud of her with all that stuff because I do all my editing. She records. I'm out there, and then I come home and I got work stuff, and I edit. And she does all of our merchandise on the back end. She's got all the manufacturers. She built the website. She's done all that stuff, man. She's the best.
That's so dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's huge. That's such a blessing in that, just to be able to have a partner like that, and you guys walking on, with each other through it. And she definitely, I think at the end of the day, we just got to give her credit. And you're just you're just
a handsome face with the product. I get it.
I'm just the face. It's really so cool though, because like that minor tweak, instead of isolating referees, that's my purpose, but her purpose might be something else. So, and her purpose is something else. So I don't know if you guys know. Have you guys ever heard of endometriosis?
Yes.
So my wife has endometriosis. She also has PCOS, and she also has a heart condition. She gets anaphylactic shock if her heart rate gets too high.
Oh.
And, yeah, man, she goes through a lot on a daily basis, and nobody really sees it. And I kind of went through some stuff mentally, where my mental health was really dropping bad over the last couple months. And I had to sit back and think. I'm like, man, I've got everything I've ever wanted since high school. I've got followers. I'm making a little bit of money, and I still have a full-time job, and I got a wife, and we're good. I'm like, why am I not happy? And it's because I come home every day and I see that she's in pain from all of the health things that she goes through. Right. So I told her, I said, you know what? That's why I'm not happy. I said, not necessarily being selfish, but I need to start advocating for her more, because her story needs to be heard. She needs so her purpose is, being that advocate for women with endometriosis and stuff like that. So just to make that minor tweak and to make it still be able to connect to our brand has been the best, man. She's amazing.
Yeah, no,
that's phenomenal.
All of that, and I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that about you and your wife, and your own mental health, and so what are some ways that for you personally, outside of supporting your wife and that, what are you doing for your mental health on a daily basis?
Well, I pray a lot. I've had some bad experiences with church in the past. Nothing crazy. I just sometimes, people act one way and then they say one thing and then they do another. So that kind of turned me away from the church at a young age. But I still keep the faith and everything. But I pray, man, and I need to go back to church. Honestly, I need to find a home for a church. But I pray. I play video games. I play Fortnite, play Call of Duty, play 2K, play all that stuff. And then, I take her out. We go on date nights sometimes if she's feeling good. I spend the time with family. And then really, if I'm not doing any of that, I just spend time with her, man. Because she, like I said, she goes through a lot. She's actually on her way back from work. She was out in Salt Lake City. But I spend as much time with her as I can, just to be there for her, because I know that helps her a lot. I can't physically do anything, but just being there helps her. So I'm not if I'm not doing stuff like refereeing is literally like, I don't know if anybody's ever said this, but refereeing is literally like therapy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get out there and all of my problems are gone, man. And and then she's over there recording, so it's like I got the best of both worlds. And it's funny because I'm mic'd up and she can hear everything I'm saying because headphones on the sideline. So I'll have side conversations with her. She'll either put a thumbs up, thumbs down. My sister is hearing impaired, so I know sign language, and my wife knows sign language. So if she needs to tell me something, she'll sign to me. So yeah, man, that's dope. That's what I do, man. I pray, referee, and just try to take my mind off things the healthy way. I don't do any of that drinking and smoking and doing all that other stuff. So.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Much respect, man. Much respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, Jeremi, I think the three of us can have lots more conversations, off outside of the show and talk about things that, but man, that all that just hits home for me in a lot of different ways. And And so I appreciate you sharing all that. Jacob, you got any more questions for him? Or
No, man, everything on my list we've hit, man. Other than we just got to get him out to Carolina so we can get him some better barbecue.
There's no way. We should
Hey,
about to say there's no way to even get you some Kansas City barbecue unless you come out here.
I was gonna say look. I've been different places where they try to imitate stuff and it's never the same.
Yeah, it's never the same, man. I will say though, Bojangles, I had that one out. So I went out to where did I go? My job, I travel a lot, man, and I went out to where's Wake Forest at? What is that town called?
No way. You were in my town.
Yeah. So I was there. Yeah. It wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago in August. So I went out there for a work trip, and they let us get rental cars, and they pay for our gas and everything. And I drove to not to Charlotte, Chapel Hill. So fast.
Oh yeah.
We got done. I went straight there. Did not pass road, didn't collect $300. None of that stuff. Went straight there. They had just got done doing a high school basketball camp. So I was actually go into the Dean Smith Arena, and I got to see it. It was like a dream come true, man. It was fire.
Well, I'm sorry that's the team, but I get it.
Oh man. Jeremy, don't worry. I got your back. I just recently showed Jacob a picture of me from 7th grade with an Antoine Jameson jersey on. I mean, man, I've been rooting for North Carolina since the day I was born. So.
That's a sad state of affairs.
Okay, Jacob. Here's a question. All
right.
If we're going all time 5-on-5, Duke versus North Carolina, who's winning?
Well, listen. So here's the problem, and this is hold on. Let me say this because I'm not so dumb to not answer this correctly. Okay. Number one, Michael Jordan is my favorite athlete of all time.
Okay,
it's a complete oxymoron. I know. Like the coach, I wish I could get I've looked at that Coach K letter of thanks for shopping. So many different times.
Yeah.
If you put the best 5 that Carolina had and the best 5 that Duke ever had, Carolina's going to win.
Okay.
In a best of 3, it's going to come down to game 3, I think.
For sure.
But yeah, it's I hate to say that, I mean, Carolina's going to get smacked Saturday night, but
that lets me know that you're not because some Duke fans will be like, "Oh, we smacking y'all." That lets me know reasonable. Even if you would have said I think Duke's going to get him in game 3 or something like that, I would have even respected that, man. I just love how it's the best rivalry in college basketball.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Never know who's gonna win.
No, it doesn't matter the records either. That's the most frustrating thing. Duke could have the best year, that they've had. Carolina loses 15 games, and it's still a 3-point game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought we were gonna lose that game when Kayla it was the first game at Carolina. I thought we were going to lose that game.
They should have.
Yeah, we definitely should.
I turned it off with 7 minutes left to take my wife to dinner. All of a sudden, I hear it in the restaurant. Oh, and I went, what happened?
But I will say, I was so happy because there is no other player that I would have wanted to make that shot than Seth Trimble because he could have transferred and he stayed, man, and that was his moment. I'm so happy that he got that and that he made that shot. That was fire.
That was big. That was big.
That was fire.
For sure.
That was big. So,
well, Jeremy, you before you go, anything else you want to plug for yourself?
No, man. Make sure if you know anybody with endometriosis or PCOS or if they have any type of anything going on health-wise, make sure you reach out to them. Make sure you support them, believe them. Nobody wants to be sick on purpose. So they're not just, not feeling good for attention. So make sure you believe them and support them and just be the difference in your community and sign up to ref.
There you go. Well, Jeremy, we appreciate you making time for us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Jeremy. Yes, right. Sir.
Oh, man, it's nice to have a North Carolina fan on.
If I would have known, I got a Blue Devils jersey I would have worn it's in the closet. I would have got that out with the quickness.
Oh man, what's the go-to Blue Devils jersey that you have?
So I just have just one that has just a number 1 on it.
Oh,
But
okay.
in my mind, my favorite, I won't say he's the best, but my favorite Blue Devil is JJ Redick. So I really
Okay.
started, when I was coming up watching, started watching, paying attention to basketball. He was the name. He was the first time I ever got to see Duke play in person. He was, he was that shooting guard that, just could melt your face at a moment's notice.
Yeah,
And now he's taking orders
absolutely.
from LeBron in LA. So
Yeah, unfortunately. Yep,
yeah,
yep. I mean, and that's why I had an Antoine Jameson jersey. I mean, that time frame, that
yeah,
kind of, those 4 years with him and Vince Carter. I mean, it was wild for that.
yeah.
So I think you were probably still in
Here we
diapers, or what
go.
was
Here we
going
go.
on?
You still in diapers.
Oh man, well it's cool because it's the same kind of energy. I'm a big New York Giants fan, and our next guest, I saw him rocking the Giants beanie. He's from Long Island, which is where a lot of my family lives. My dad grew up in Long Island, so you ready for our next guest?
Bring him in.
Here we go. Bringing Sean in. What up,
Yo, what's
man?
up, fellas?
What's going on?
Hold on. Hey, Meta, start video. Okay, just rolling.
Video in the video. That's dope. It's like Inception.
Yeah, man. How you guys doing today, man?
Good. How about you?
Good.
I see the I Flag football merch over there. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got sanctioned by them.
Nice.
Season, so excited for that.
Nice. Welcome to the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So, Sean, one of the first things we have everybody do, kind of give us your superhero story. Tell us about how you got into flag, how you got started, what, kind of the highlights of it for you, where you're at now. Just give us the rundown. No details is too much.
For sure. So yeah, we got started. I mean, I basically got into flag football when I was young. I was in high school. This was when I was about 16 years old. So it was about 2000, and I can't even count. I'm so old now. So we're all there. But yes, it was about 2000, and I would say 2000, 2001, 2002, around there. And I just got introduced to it. I was always a basketball player. I've always been a basketball player. It's always my number one sport. Yeah, just kind of, fell into it. Started playing football when I was in high school, basically. And yeah, just got into the game of football, basketball. I was always just prioritizing basketball, things like that. When I got out of high school, I went to college, created like a flag football team when I was in college, SUNY Albany. So I was upstate with my buddies, creating teams every year. We did like 8-man contact and things like that. I was always a tight end, cornerback, things like that, and wide receiver, things like that. So basically, college ended, I got home, and it was 2010. I graduated. With my buddies, we used to play flag football over here, so there was always a league going on around here. So we'd always play in that, and it dominated Long Island for a long time. So basically, I always had a team in there, 8 men, and hanging out with my buddies. I don't know if we can say this on here, but we were in the basement, smoking something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's where some of the best ideas come from. We get it.
And yep, my buddy came walking down. It was 3 of us, and he said, you want to start a flag football league? And I was like, and we were all like, sure, why not? And we got one more guy, so it was 4 of us. So for a long time, this was 2011, 2012, we would just went ham, guerrilla marketing, hit the ground running. We started with 5-man non-contact, 8-man contact. And basically, yeah, we rolled into it. First season, I think we had about 10, 15, maybe 20 teams, all the way up until we just kept going. I was always a big videographer, photographer, so I was big on social media. That was always the selling point, videos. highlight videos, things like that. So basically, we try to prioritize that, and really just make it all about the players, give the players a platform, try to make it interactive, things like, try to make it as good as we can, and hit 2015, we got about 120 teams, and we were just like, wow, they're like, this is crazy, very busy. That was like the prime of flag football back then. And, kind of as the years went on, as you guys know, COVID hit. Guys got older, so they stopped playing. Guys got older, so they stopped playing 8-man. They've moved to 5-man, non-contact. And right now we're actually, 2026, fast forward to now. Obviously COVID hit a lot of people. COVID definitely, people, believe it or not, it affected a lot of local leagues. It affected a lot of people, in-person events. People stopped coming out. So I created a gaming tournament, and it was a Madden gaming tournament for my league. We got about 40 players, and that just like took off. So that was when COVID started, and I got very entrenched into the gaming world, and we had tournaments for every possible game. We had guys playing. We had Deebo Samuel play. He was in our NBA 2K tournament.
Oh, wow.
He would always be talking smack in that. It was funny because I would always have the tournaments, and he would come on our Instagram, and he would request to go live, and he's like, "Hey, yo," and he and he said, 619, whatever, South Carolina, whatever it was, and he joined with all his buddies from there. But yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of NHL players play. Guys always requesting to play. We had some of the top gamers in the world play. And that was kind of during COVID, and for those months where we couldn't go outside, that's what we had to resort to. And then we got back into it. We got back into the flag when we were able to get back on the field, and the fields actually allowed us to get out there, right? All these mask policies, all these,
all the fun,
all the waiver stuff I had to throw out there, and obviously it affected a lot of people. So I try to be as careful as I can with it. And yeah, we hung in there, got back on track, and kind of phased out the 8-man contact, even though I'm a very big contact person myself in terms of, I always had an 8-man team, and I would always love to play the line if I had to, or, just get into it, with, in the trenches and stuff. Right. But yeah, at the end of the day, 5-man non-contact, 2026, we have about 40 to 50 teams every season. We have spring and fall seasons, summer and winter. We get about 10, 15, maybe 20 teams, and that's always winter's always tough. This is our toughest winter yet. We had about 4 weeks where we couldn't play up here because it snowed. And snow's okay, but when it freezes over for 4 weeks, you can't, you can't play, and especially if you don't play indoors. So, but yeah, basically we just, take it day by day, take it week by week. Our spring season starts March 22nd. Anticipate another good season. Just excited to be part of the flag football world, and always try to stay interactive. Obviously, that's how I interacted with you guys, posting a video, and you guys said, "What's the call?" So I'm always big on, trying to just like respond to people right away, and see their feedback, and kind of just, be interactive with other people on social media, as you guys know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about, unique rules that your league has. You said 5-man non-contact, but there's some different things in there, right?
Yeah. So some of the unique things we do have compared to other leagues, we have the booth review challenges. So that's something we do, 2 challenges a game. We record every play. So it was a challenge at first when I was with my partners at the time. Now it's just me who runs it, but it was hard to kind of accommodate new things. It was hard to implement new things. Never wanted to do like too many new stuff. We kind of just wanted to keep doing like what was working, right? But I'm all about, innovating, kind of just like, trying things out. And if it doesn't work, what doesn't work, right? But ever since they introduced booth review challenges, it's like giving the player extra advantage, giving the player another more power. How many times have you guys played in a game where the referee says, all right, well, this is the call and that's it, and you could just be like feeling so bad because there were some games where I would watch and I would film it, and it's like I knew the guy was out of bounds, I knew the guy didn't catch it, or the referee called the touchdown when it wasn't, and that was the playoff game, and that was the end of the season for that other team, and it just felt so bad. I'm not the referee. I can't step in and say, wait. We never had anything implemented. But when we finally installed booth reviews, it was like, all right, well, cool, here we go, and you get 2 challenges a game. You can review anything under 1 minute. You can review all scoring plays just like the NFL. And obviously we don't have the angle, but we try to use it for the conclusive stuff. And you can't challenge penalties. There are 5 penalties you can look at. But yeah, we try to do the best we can, keep all the refs in sync with each other. Obviously when you have so many games going on at once, it's hard to kind of keep all the referees on the same page, but we do our best. We have a great staff of referees, and we just keep the ball rolling and keep everyone getting better, and that's what you do. That's what you do in business.
So do you guys have like one of those what's those like guys that go hunting all the time? They have those things that they build that they perch up in. Yeah, you guys have one of those on the field. Like, what does this booth look like?
It's a metaphorical booth. Goof.
Yeah, there's no actual booth. It's kind of like, all right, referees come over to the video. Players get the heck out of here because we don't want any players to, kind of influence the decision. Obviously, players always want to come over and look at it right away, or they'll always try to ask the video guy, be like, "Oh, was he in or was he out?" And I always try to teach the video guys, like, don't say anything, just wait until they challenge or wait until the referees come over. And I always tell the referees it has to be conclusive. It can't be a guessing game. If you call something on the field, you kind of have to stay with that call unless it's really conclusive and evident that you can overturn it, right? Obviously, you cannot challenge pass interference. You cannot challenge, holding. You can't challenge false start, offsides, things like that. But you can challenge illegal forward lateral, illegal forward pass, illegal forward handoff, illegal touching, and stripping. So,
interesting.
Okay. Huh. What about flag guards?
That's another thing. It's like, it happens so often, right? And if it doesn't get called, but it's also like a penalty that's kind of like, it's kind of like a judgmental thing sometimes, right? But I would agree sometimes that could be clear and obvious on the booth, like in the review, where it can be overturned. But if you open it up to like challenging all the penalties, then it becomes a whole shitstorm,
Oh yeah.
As you guys probably know. So.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. So essentially, you got 1 or 2 camera angles on every field, or
we just have one. I mean, the manpower that we have to kind of install, we have maybe 4 or 5 games going on at a time throughout Suffolk County, Nassau County, on Long Island, New York. So it's you kind of want to just get at least one video person a field. And the players pay a little extra part of their team fee to cover the highlight fees. So that's, it's just like hiring another person to do work and, making sure that person's doing a good job, trying to teach them how to, videotape and things like that. And they're really just on the side for the most time. I try to teach them to be ahead of the ball. Try to teach them to be at the first down marker, just in case they have to review the first down. That's like the most important. And then once they get inside the red zone, which is pass only inside the 20, they can either go to the goal line or they can go behind the end zone, which is a nice view as well.
Yeah. And how many refs do you usually have on each field?
2 referees per game. So, that's more than enough for the most part. Sometimes in the tournaments, we get a little creative where guys, get a certain amount of games, get towards the end of the tournament and maybe keep like 3 refs on the game, or keep 3 or 4 refs on the game towards the finals and the semis. But for the most time, it's 2 refs is just more than enough that you need. Obviously you're looking at 10 guys, right? 5 on 5, so it's hard to see everything all the time, right? But
Mhm.
They're taught to guy in the line. You look at the rusher and the quarterback, center interference. Who's getting in each other's way. Because we always have one rusher. I know a lot of leagues have different rules and are very differently with that. Where like maybe you have a timer, or maybe you have a certain amount of time before you can actually rush in. But we always have a rusher right away, and you always need one rusher from 5 yards out. We've had this rule for a long time, and the center always has to go left to right. So center snaps it left to right, eligible, and it has to get out of the way of the rusher unless the rusher is lined up at an angle. If the rusher is at an angle and he's rushing at an angle and the center runs into him, that's a penalty on the defense.
Interesting. Jacob, you have any questions on all that before I move on?
No, we can keep rolling, man. Keep rolling.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm with it.
All right. Yeah. No. I mean, that's all interesting for sure. So, what have you thought about getting into adding women's or co-ed or anything like that?
For sure. We definitely thought about women's co-ed. I always want to be part of stuff that I love to do. I want to be as part of things that are fun to me. And for me, it's always just been, adult men, because like I can hop on the field too and play, which is great, and I don't know how many times 7 a.m., 8 a.m. games, guys will come down with 4 guys and be like, yo, we need one. I'll just be like,
7 a.m. That's brutal.
It is. That's definitely. I tell people that, and they're like, "What the heck?" 7 a.m. And we never used to do that, but when guys need so many accommodations for the NFL season, they're like, "Oh, we got to be home for the games. We got to be home for the games." Games start at 1 p.m., so we're like, "All right, start at 7. This way, we can kind of accommodate every team." Get them. Not every team wants to play at 7. Not every team agrees to play at 7. It looks like you would never play at 7, but
I would be there and be fine. I know the people I would play with would not.
Yeah.
So
and it's not every week, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's just like it. I'm definitely open to doing like new like a women's league or co-ed league. That's actually something I looked at like recently. And I was also talking to a guy in New Jersey about doing like a 7-man contact and merging the Super Bowls together where like kind of compete with each other. But it's just like it's hard to kind of get that demand. It's hard to get that those extra teams to do that are in that category when everyone's kind of used to doing 5-man non-contact, and it's just been the bread and butter for us for such a long time. As well as other leagues on Long Island. So
yeah. No, for sure. Do you find that teams out of your league have started to travel nationally to big tournaments at all?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys they just love to play. They like to just get out on the field. They're not too concerned too much about like the travel stuff. We do have a lot of teams that like used to play like more of the contact stuff, and they travel everywhere. They travel to Jersey, they travel down to the Worlds, they travel they do everything. There are players that play on these 5-man teams that do travel as well, and they have other teams they play with. But for the most part, like a lot of the guys, they just want to get out there and ball. They don't care about like competing in tournaments and things like that. They just want to get together with their friends. They just want to get on the field, get some exercise in, maybe have some fun, get away from their wife for an hour or two, and just have fun, So that's I've always been a believer in just, give guys a platform to perform, no matter where they're from, no matter how big they are. They always have a chance. We have 6 divisions, so A, B, C, D, E, and we skip F because it could be a little controversial, so we go to G. And it sounds cool because it's G League, right? NBA, and it's like but yeah, it's cool, and A is always the top guys. A and B, it's always harder to kind of move up and get to that stage, right? But it's just all the divisions, they have the same rules, so it's not like the rules change. Where 8-man, we used to have A, B, C, and A would be like full rush, and then B and C would be like 3 counts.
Interesting. For sure. Well, yeah, that's cool. And it sounds like even after COVID, I mean, I had a league and tournaments that I ran in Colorado, and COVID basically just kind of dispersed all that I was doing. So even after COVID, it was hard. People just didn't want to be, around each other. There was so much question marks. So that's cool that you were able to kind of recover and pick things back up. What kind of as you look forward, do you have goals for the league, or what are your plans?
Of course, man. I mean, any business, you always try to improve. You always try to get better every day, right? And I think that's the goal, is always become 1% better every day. I think every day I try to use my platforms to inspire, not only just motivate them, right, but just to kind of give them a stage to say oh, well, I can do that too. Or, see themselves posted on social media, things like that, just take it day by day, and, not to look too far in the future, but continue to improve, continue to get better. And just do the best job that we can, and make it as cool as possible for the players. Keep improving everywhere, improve with the referees, improve with the filmers, improve with the fields. As you guys know, fields are very important too, so always want to find better fields, and just keep those relationships going. But at the end of the day, just keep getting better. I think any business, you get too caught up with what you don't have. You get too caught up with maybe, things you don't have, people that you don't have, right? You just focus on what you can do. You focus on what's in your control. You do the best job you can, and that's all you can really focus on. So in terms of goals, just become better every day. Give these guys a platform to perform every time we get out there. Keep the momentum going every season. We play 4 seasons a year. As I mentioned, winter's the hardest season to play. Even for me, I'm maybe not this season.
Right.
But we haven't missed the winter, since we started.
That's awesome.
And we've played all 4 seasons since we started. So, I always like to do new things, one of the things, like I mentioned, 7-man contact with the Jersey guys. I would love to do that as well. It's just hard to get the guys committed to it, but just try our best every time we get out there, every time, hitting signs, posting signs places, right? Dropping flyers at bagel shops and, delis and mom and pop stores, getting people to help out with that. Just that's the best we can do, right?
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
I got to get you guys as well. So, I'll get you guys whatever merch you want, hat, shirt. I got jersey. We do champion shirts. So we always did different colors. So we got new winter shirts. We got a winter Super Bowl coming this Sunday. So we have high division and low division Super Bowls this Sunday. We kind of do the winter. I usually kind of separate sometimes, but with the weather, crazy the weather was, it's let's get it all in one day. Spring starting up in 2 weeks now, so it's we should have ended a month ago, but we just had to take it, but right. It's out of our control. I don't want to put guys in harm's way and put them on ice out there, right? So
no, absolutely. No, I mean, I told my dad that you were going to be on the show. He got so excited, so I got to get him a shirt for sure. He's I think he's in the living room right now, watching the show live. It's
you said he's from Malvern, right?
And so he went to Valley Stream North, and
wow, okay.
So that was a long time ago. 60s is when he graduated from high school. Okay. But all right. So he was involved in touch leagues back in those days, and they got it pretty big out there, and that's way before flag football and all that was getting played. But so
how did you guys get started with all this?
So let's see.
Yeah, go ahead, Jacob.
So let's see. So Ant's story started in 1492. No, I'm kidding. No, I got started in 20
with the beard. So
yeah, well, I'm gonna stay out of that race. But let's see. I got started in 2011 playing locally in North Carolina. And then kind of went into it back. Got into putting on tournaments and leagues and stuff about 2018. Got picked up by, it was FFWCT at the time. Got picked up by them in 2021. Yeah, 2021. The rest has been history.
Wow. When you say picked
Yeah.
up, in terms of like
as a director, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been directing now. It's coming up on 10 years.
And you still run your own leagues and stuff, or?
Yeah, so I have Camel City flag football down here in the Carolinas.
Okay.
That I run, and then I travel with the iFlag circuit.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up in Colorado, and that's where I was an 8-man contact player. That was definitely same thing. I was on the line and everything like that. And then I just got involved in mentoring teenagers and started tournaments around that, just to kind of give back and help kids out in that way. And then through traveling FFWCT tournaments, I ended up playing in a lot of those, met Travis and Chuck and Natalie, and just really loved their vision and what they were doing. So I just brought my team to every tournament they had, wherever it was, and gave me a chance to have my kids see the country as well, playing with me playing flag. And then I blew my knee out, and it kind of made me change my direction, and I went into officiating, and that's where me and Jakob met. And then, just a couple of years ago, we started this podcast. So
awesome.
That's yeah.
A couple dudes with a couple cameras.
Both of you guys are officials, I assume, then?
Yeah, so I run. I'm the head of officials for iFlag.
Nice.
And Ant's now taking on the media role.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Exactly.
So
yeah. So, but Shawn, will just to give you the chance to plug your league real quick, and we'll send you off with that.
For sure, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Letting me come on and talk about flag football in general. I always love to stay interactive, but shout out to all the guys in my league, Long Island Legends Flag Football League. Shout out to all the guys looking to play, all the guys out there who want to play, who have played in the past since 2011, 2012. Long Island Legends Flag Football League, lilegends.com. Adult football, flag football. We make it as fun as possible, make it as interactive as possible. 5-man non-contact all throughout Long Island. And we do the best job we can. So come out, if you want to ball out and have fun and catch a play. We record every play on video, so we won't miss your play if you come out and catch a tutty. And shout out to you guys, man, doing a great job, having a platform like this for guys like me and guys all throughout the country and maybe throughout the world that you might bring on to just come on here and girls and guys, right? And they just talk about what they got going on, which is cool stuff. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Shawn.
Yeah, get you some merch. Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Sounds good.
Later. There we go, man. Everybody's got Meta sunglasses now. Everybody has them. They're everywhere. Do you have a pair?
No.
Oh man.
As a matter of fact, I don't. I'm not that cool, man.
I got a $9 pair. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
you know what is really cool?
What
Infinite
is really
Flag is really cool. And we haven't talked about them tonight. You didn't even give like a segue. You were like, we got done with Jeremy. You're like, all right, here we go, Shawn. And I was like, whoa. Talk about a little whiplash. Did you see my listen? I know you're growing your hair out now, Mr. High and Tight. That's something you got to get used to. Is you can flow it. It's pretty sweet. Thank God nobody's on to watch that right now. Just kidding. Anyways, okay. So you can go ahead and read your dummy book while I talk about Infinite Flag, our #1 sponsor. Infinite Flag has everything you could possibly need in your apparel needs for flag. Stop dancing.
I love to dance. You mentioned Infinite. You mentioned Infinite Flag.
You got to go pee. Go ahead. Go pee.
Fine. Go.
Do your potty dance.
No, just talk to him. Talk about Infinite Flag. I'm sorry.
No.
My fault.
Do your Infinite Flag. Do your potty dance while I talk about Infinite Flag. putting on Charlie's earphones. All right, let's talk about Infinite Flag. They've got the coolest shorts, the coolest joggers, the coolest shirts, long sleeve shirts. They're coming out with some short sleeve shirts. I think I saw that in one of their videos. I don't know. They got the oversized hoodies. They've got hats. They've got bucket hats. They've got flags. They've got everything you could need. All at infiniteflag.com.
Yeah.
Or at your next tournament. They're probably going to be there. You just really just gotta, where is, I can never remember things. There's a really cool phrase they came up with. I'm working. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Look
as
cool,
you're
look cool, be cool, stay cool. Infinite Flag. It's the way. I don't think that's what it is, but they'll know what I mean. I'll be more prepared next time. Probably not, but I'll do my best. Use code ClocksRunning15 for 15% off, or just go check out the website. Like 2 days ago, they were giving away 30% off.
That's crazy.
They're trying to take care of their family. We're trying to take care of them. Let's make sure we all support each other. Infinite Flag. It's the infinite way.
Yeah, that's that was great, man. All I had to do was stop dancing and okay. Well, I just I'm sorry, I didn't know you were so sensitive tonight. It just Hey man, I want to say Infinite Flag. I just appreciate them. They really do take it. I mean, I see people posting their new gear. They got all kinds of new ambassadors. They're really it's wild because I remember in Nashville when I first saw their tent and I was like, oh, what is this? And the logo, it's just it's just right there. Like it's just it's like simple in the best way possible. You know what I mean? Like
I thought it was juice the first time I saw it. And then I was like, oh, they have clothes. Let me go over there.
Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah. And it's cool to see that they have just like, they've become a staple of flag football like so quickly. And and I just, every time I see them, post a new video with, great photos of players wearing their gear or whatever. I mean, they're worldwide at this point. And so it's exciting to see. I can't wait to see where they, take their line in the future. Crazy that they're already getting into high school, gear as well. They got something going with that. And so, they're the best. We love them, even though they don't leave me notes. Jacob feels real appreciated by the notes.
Here we go. The pot calling the kettle. Is that how the phrase goes?
Something like that. Yeah. That's an old school saying. It's been a while since we've had sayings come up. What was that?
What do you mean we ever did an old saying? Sorry, I don't do impersonations.
There was that one, something about a duck running on water or something that you said one time.
I saw the clip for that. Yeah, I mean, but it makes sense. When you're in a high stress situation, you look like ducks on a water. If you're calm, cool, and collected, you make it look like ducks on a water. On the top, on the surface, you're calm, cool, and collected, but underneath, your legs are just kicking, your little flippers are flopping, and whatever you got going.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I just never heard that before. So there's a couple of things I want to follow up on about something we talked. I feel like it was last week. What in the world? First off, let me ask you this. Do you know the reason why Jeep owners put ducks all over their dashboard? What is that?
I think it's a size comparison thing. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like chapstick.
Cherry chapstick?
This isn't cherry.
Oh,
Shout out cherry chapstick.
Yeah.
You know.
There was there was a couple things I wanted to follow back up around. Unk's not here tonight, but he brought up some interesting topics last week, and I wanted to bring something up with you real quick before we wrap up this show.
Mhm.
So we were talking about the gap between the U.S. national team and the rest of the countries in the world. So I just want to talk about, this is like a glaring comparison of what is going on just in North America.
How glaring?
Pretty glaring. So we got the Canadian national team down in Chula Vista right now, and they're training with like one of the best pro teams out there, Runnin, which in my opinion, like if you want to get ready for top flag teams, go against some of the best.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Yes.
So the national team is. So we're. What?
Yeah.
They're playing against Runnin right now.
Canadian national team, because they're in San Diego. They're using the Olympic facility.
Interesting. Don't they have an Olympic facility in Canada?
They only have like bobsledding and curling facilities.
Oh.
They don't have outdoor. Canadians don't play outdoor sports, do they?
Well, you can play flag football indoors.
Yeah, but it's not the same. You can't run a go route indoors.
Why can't you?
You go right into the wall.
Whoa.
What is that?
Listen, all right. I know a thing or two about walls, okay? And I'm pretty sure it's not applicable here. Usually I drop names, so I'm not gonna drop a name, but there was a receiver. There was a receiver. Okay, Jared Burdick. There we go. Now we're cooking.
So there was a small facility in northern Denver, and he was going for, it was like a go route, and he caught it, and his face hit the wall. I'm talking like one tooth was gone completely. The other one was like broken half. I mean, bloody nose. It was crazy.
Did you get a glass of milk?
What?
If you put the tooth in milk, you can save it and take them to the hospital and fix it.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what happened, and that was.
So how do you know what happened if you weren't there?
Because he posted like his face after the fact. Like it was really bad, and that was. It was like he looked like a hockey player. That's the danger of playing indoors is.
So you're saying because one guy ran into the wall and pulled
it happened all the time. That was probably the worst situation.
I just gave a great comparison and just completely missed it. I'm not going to say it again. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
My fault. Anyway.
Dale Earnhardt hit the wall. Anyways. Too soon? I'm in the Carolinas.
I don't know about NASCAR, but I know exactly about that. And
you know what's
I don't
bad?
even know.
So I was in high school at the county fair, and I don't remember what, but you know how at the fair, there's usually a clown in a dunking booth or something like that.
Yeah.
So the clown told a joke to this guy, and he was like, "What does Dale Earnhardt and Pink Floyd have in common?" They ended their careers at the wall. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's horrible!"
Wow. I remember. Yeah, I remember that happened. Because when did that happen? The late 90s
2001, right before 9/11.
Okay. Yes, I just remember. It was a bad year. I remember that happening and being like, because Colorado's got a population of rednecks and hillbillies and all that. So there's a lot of. You can't say those words.
I mean, you can. I wouldn't call them that.
Well, yeah. What else do you call them?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyway, so they definitely like NASCAR, and so it was
left turn. Wait. Another left turn.
So it was like a big deal. It didn't mean anything to me, but I remember
Okay.
it happening. And hey, Michael he's won 3
In a row.
in a row. Yeah. So
actually, Tyler Reddick has won 3 in a row. He just owns the team.
oh, okay. Well, it's Jordan. Jordan's doing all the work. We know that.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
All right.
So so my point is the Canadian national team is they're playing a pro team right now to get ready for Dusseldorf. And then we got
So Ronan's supposed to get them ready for the World Championships?
I mean, it's better competition than what they'd be playing if they were playing some random Canadian team out of Ottawa. I mean, well, I mean, Ronan's pretty good. They won 4s.
Did they?
They're pretty good. Yeah, they beat Tronky and them.
Interesting.
they won Air It Out the year before. Ronan's a solid pro team.
Okay. If you say so.
Okay. Then we got.
I don't disagree. They're your opinions.
Then we got Mexico, who they've had like 2 or 3 camps already. I think they're already down to their like 18. They train in some secret facility or something. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say it, but I also feel like I watch too much Narcos.
Oh my God. We've made a Dale Earnhardt 9/11 Narcos.
But I mean,
guys,
hold on.
Such a fun episode.
Pablo Escobar owned a soccer team.
You're doubling down. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, he did. Did you not watch Narcos?
No, man.
Oh, come on, man! Like back in the day, all the Colombian club soccer teams were owned by cartel leaders.
Okay.
It was all right.
I'm listening to your story.
It was a really big deal, and there was like a situation where like Pablo
got bricks of cocaine instead of a soccer ball?
No, there was not. That's how they got financed, like that, and so you would buy the best players and things like that. And anyway, I don't know. I just feel like Mexico has a lot of money for flag football. I don't know where it comes from, but
so you're saying
no, I don't know. I don't know. It just
okay. Let's go ahead and get that rumor wheel started. I thought you liked Mexico, the Mexican
national
team.
I do. I love them.
Well, hey, apparently not. You're just saying they're funded by drug lords. Oh my God!
I just said maybe. Hey, shout out Hoosh just joined the chat. Look at that.
Okay.
So I just it's just interesting to me, and I don't know the powers that be, but like why are they allowing the other countries to catch up in this way? It's just
are they?
I don't the US national team hasn't even had one training camp yet.
It's coming up a couple of weeks. They'll be in Chula Vista the same week we're in.
I know, but they're already
everybody's schedule's different.
Okay, I guess. I just feel like the other countries are catching up. That's all I'm saying. And they're I mean, like I shout out to ASU who like they went to Worlds and they were like, line it up. We don't care who we face. We want the best competition. Yeah, it smacked everybody. But it gave them reps. It gave them time to play together. They're signed up for Vegas too. I just
which is interesting because they don't have to be it.
No, they don't have to. Yeah,
that's right.
So
okay, let me ask this question before we sign off. If you were given the opportunity you're automatically through, like you're part of the 18.
Yeah.
Would you still want to be there to see who your competition is, or do you just not want to be associated with it at all and just show up and then be there with the 6 that they choose to add?
I think that I don't know. I feel like okay, as a player, I think I want to be there.
Yeah.
You know, get reps in if I can. Have just I don't know. I think that any opportunity you can get to be in that kind of environment, you should. Um, but I also feel like as the coaching staff, why not be like, hey, 12, you 12, real quick, we need you to come in and see how this DB performs against you. I know they're going
Yeah.
to see that, but if you've got, if you've got 60 players and you got people on the fence, that's a good way to decide,
It is. It's
what,
a good yardstick.
yeah, is all right. Hey, J-Day, come in real quick, cover these two receivers.
Name dropping again.
Hey man, J-Day's the best.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think
No,
if you were part of the 12, would you want to go?
1,000%.
Yeah.
See who potentially is on the team. If my feedback was something that was wanted, I absolutely would want to give, and give it there versus after the fact, because you didn't see how people played, or you don't know how people play, or you don't know how they perform that weekend.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I definitely see the pros of being there. I can also see the being wanting to separate yourself too. So I get that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like always I think there's an argument as far as the what is it, rust versus when teams would get a bye in the playoffs, like it was,
Yeah. I get that.
that kind of thing is like, sometimes I've always seen for flag football, getting a bye is never beneficial because I
It
mean,
depends.
sometimes,
It's
but
kind of like some adult diapers. It depends.
yeah. It just seems like the teams that you end up facing in that second round,
They're
they're
rolling.
warmed up. They
Yeah.
might have pulled an upset. They've got a little bit more hype. If they come out there and they score a quick touchdown or they get an interception or something, they've got that momentum. And because the games are so short, they can carry that to, taking down a top team. So it's that, you don't want to put too many miles, on the old, knees and hips and all that. But
What about the toes?
toes are okay. I think toes
Okay.
seem like they don't. I mean, I don't know if I was if I was in charge of the governing body, I would call up. I wish Unc was on here right now, but I would call up Unc and be like, "Hey, put together your best 12 from Florida and bring them out to the training camp."
Okay. Interesting.
And then we're going to put these 60 guys through a gauntlet of playing against these 12 best pro players and see how they do.
Consider you would think that.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it would I feel like there's a lot of benefits, to it. It not only could make them better, they could learn more, but then you're going to see, if you're trying to decide, especially some of those, a rusher position or a QB position, something like that. If you've got a couple people that you're right on the fence, who am I going to pick? And it's so weird with the 12 not going to the first one. So really, there's kind of only 6 spots, 60 people going for 6 spots. So you really have to see, you have to test these 60 people to really figure out what they're made of. Because then if you make that decision and you slim it down to 18, I don't know how it works. Is it the first one?
They go from 60 to 18, and then they go from 18 to 12.
I know, but is there do the 12, they don't show up until the 60 has gone down to 6?
Yes.
Wow.
From what I understood, the 12 are already on the team.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But see, technically all 18 are on the team because you have 12 active, 6 reserve.
Yeah, but they don't travel. That's another weird thing to me. Like,
Yeah.
they, they don't they don't go to Dusseldorf. So if you have an injury
Dusseldorf.
a week before Dusseldorf, like then you just have 11 then.
A week before, I mean, you could swap that person out.
I know, but they're not. They haven't built chemistry. I mean, yeah, they could go, but it just, I don't know. Anyway, you want to talk about your big news? You want to say that for another time?
What's my big news?
Your big news, man.
Big news?
Oh man, come on,
What are you
bro.
talking about?
Yeah,
We'll talk about that another time.
Okay, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
We'll
I was
talk
just
about it
wondering.
another night.
Yeah.
We'll get out of here.
All right, cool. Yeah, appreciate Jeremy and Shawn for joining us tonight. We're kind of doing, we got kind of themes going for these episodes. Now that we hit 100, I just feel like more relaxed, don't you?
Were you tense before?
I was tense. Yeah, that I had that. I was like, it was like I was like pitching a no-hitter. Like we were at 97. 97, it was at the seventh inning. 98, I was like, my kids weren't talking to me, pre-show and everything. They want to make sure I was locked in, but we hit 100, and I'm like, yeah, got my no-hitter.
But this is flag football, not baseball.
I just don't know what else do you compare it to. I just feel like,
I don't know, man. I just have fun.
What?
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. What?
Here's a question: is there a more pressured moment than a no hitter, like the bottom of the ninth with a no hitter? Like think about in sports. I mean,
buzzer beaters, Hail Marys.
Yeah, but those are like at the last, the last second. There's almost sometimes there's not. You only have a minute to think about that. For the no hitter, once you're into like the 6th or 7th inning, you're like the pressure is mounting, and so you have all that time to really be like
bowling a perfect game in bowling.
Okay, does that matter? Is that even a sport?
Of course it is. They wear wristbands and everything.
Come on, wristbands for what?
I don't know. Carpal tunnel.
Okay, I guess. Curling looks like more of a sport than bowling.
Oh, okay.
I watch so much curling during the.
I know. I heard all about it every day.
It's epic. Speaking of
watching curling.
Hey, shout out to the Canadians for getting a couple silver medals in hockey, huh?
Hey, yeah, how about it? Second place, if you're not going to win it all, I mean, what's better than being the first loser?
Is it what do you think created that? Like, there's such a different mentality with the United States. Like, it's gold or nothing with the United States, but everywhere else in the world, like, they're like, yeah, we won silver. Like, they're happy about it. Like, there's not.
See, I look at that as you lost gold. I think it's because we live in this society where are we really getting ready to get into this tonight? I could go for an hour about this.
I just want a few of your thoughts.
I mean, I think it's a cultural difference. Like we've talked about it, where they're treated like kings for being Olympic athletes. Here, you get a $35,000 check.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit, it's probably more now, but back in the
I know, but that like it's always been this way with the United States. Like the United States, the expectation has always been gold. After that, nothing is cool.
Why would it be?
But
I
like
laugh when I drive through Chapel Hill and I see that the bronze medal whatever sign from some former Tar Heel.
Is that what you guys call them? Tar holes?
Yeah, tar holes.
That's hilarious. Why is it called a Tar Heel? What is the
but I can't remember the whole story. But it's basically like the way they would be in the tobacco fields and stuff like that. They'd get the tar on their feet, and they would have like tar on their heels or whatever. Something it showed you worked in the tobacco fields or something like that. Something dumb.
Okay, and a blue devil. What's cool about a blue devil?
I have no idea where that came from.
Okay. All right, and then what's
none?
Okay, and isn't Wake Forest? What are they?
The Demon Deacons.
That's like a oxymoron, right?
Well, so yeah, kind of. Wake
like
Forest,
jumbo shrimp.
First of all, you leave my shrimp out of this. Secondly, the Demon Deacon name, I forget why they added the demon to it, but so the University of Wake Forest used to be in Raleigh, or in Wake Forest, North Carolina, which is like I can't remember if it's like the northeast side of Raleigh. It's somewhere in the Raleigh area. The school it was a Baptist college, and they moved it here to Winston. So, and they were deacons. So,
and then they added.
They got a guy got a demon. The mascot rides a Harley into all the games. It's fun.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Tell everybody where they can find us.
Everywhere. Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. If you want to just listen to us on the go, you'll hear a couple ads. We're iHeartRadio. After you catch an iFlag ad, you can hear some sweet clocks running stuff. Hear us talk about everything. The best place to watch is on YouTube, but if you can't do that, you can watch us on IG or Facebook. The episodes are uploaded there as well. MySpace, we have a sweet top 8 picked out. Ant won't reveal it, but it's not a big deal. I can tell you that his beard didn't make the top 8.
That's crazy. My beard has its own Twitter account, bro.
I don't doubt it. So what is it? The gray strand? Is that what we call it?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I didn't play in that. This is from my oldest daughter. This is gray strand.
This is my oldest child. This is the middle child. But anywhere you can get your podcast, we're there. Make sure you guys tune in wherever you do watch it. We would really appreciate though if you hit that like, subscribe, share button. Just gets the word out. We've got all this cool merch that's coming out. Ant's got a pretty dope shirt on, ironically enough. I'm not taking my hoodie off, but I've got the same shirt on underneath.
Nice.
Because we're
I love that for us.
Coop's wearing it metaphorically somewhere.
Yeah, metaphorically.
But we've got all sorts of cool gear out. We put monthly orders in. We got another order that's going through right now. Or if you guys go on, is it Fourth Wall? That's
Fourth
the website,
Wall,
right?
Yep.
Fourth Wall. You go on there, it'll ship directly to your house. You don't have to deal with us. Although we appreciate the interaction. It makes us feel like, we're doing something. What else do we got? Did I hit everything?
Yeah. Go TikTok. We're on TikTok also.
Oh yeah, Ant does TikToks, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I got a couple planned for Vegas with you and the logo that I really need to make happen. So if we can, is he not going?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. You and me could do it instead. It doesn't matter. It just he's kind of he gets out there. He's crazy. He's not as crazy. Like he's crazier than I am, so it just seems like he would make more sense for it. But I could feel it. I could feel his shoes.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're changing. Oh, you're gonna wear shoes now?
It's one or the other, bro. Shoes or socks. I don't do both.
How about we just do both?
And for what? For what purpose?
Guys, the clock's been running. We started the clock at the beginning of the show. Clock's been running. We're clocking out. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
See you then. See ya.